Master B, how you doing?
See, now I can't hear you. Can
Oh,
you
for
hear
fuck's
me?
sakes.
I
Yeah, see, I
know.
can
What
hear
the hell,
you,
dude?
man. It's gonna be like a game like
Funky.
this. Okay, you know what? Eh? Eh?
No.
Eh?
No.
Okay.
You can hear me,
Well,
though.
yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Give me a second here, dude.
Okay. Should
Boom.
I log
Boom.
out? Well, we'll get this. We were having a little bit of problems when Louis from Unhinged Toys came in. Good thing we did a little bit of a sound check. And
What a comical evening. Is it going now?
I can hear you perfect.
Ah, for frick's sakes. Yo, for any of you guys at home, I'm sure B was just even kind of letting you know, for some reason, StreamYard is fucking with us tonight. We
I don't
have
know
a
what it is, dude.
fantastic guest, and they're sitting there. They were coming in there. It was giving them issues. I come in. For some reason, they couldn't hear me. They probably thought I was just some rude motherfucker, not saying hi back to them, just looking at them. But no, dude. I'm glad that seems to be working. When we pull them in, hopefully it'll all be running smooth now. I saw them spark one up, and I was like, yeah, yeah, big ol' same. how
Yeah.
you how you doing over there, B?
Good, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what's going on there. I guess we'll see what happens, right? Um,
My
shit.
goodness, dude.
What's up, man? What's up? What's
Oh,
up? What's going on?
you know what's going on, man. It's been a hell of a day, dudes. I sent B a picture of it earlier. I don't think I've ever sweat this much in my life. I was in a meeting this morning, my guy. I could feel on here every time my arms were on my side. I could feel the wet. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
I get out of this meeting. I take the shirt off from literally end of sleeve to like bottom of ribs. I was like, damn, dude. I talked for 2 hours on camera. It's usually not that much, but yeah, apparently that whooped my ass.
Intense
Hey,
meeting or what?
apparently, you know what we didn't show off last week? I'm gonna try and just do it real quick so it doesn't eat
Yeah,
up
what's
any of the
up?
episode at all. Somehow we both forgot our
Huh?
He-Mando fucking figures, that Dream Castle and One Trick
Yes.
Pony freaking collaboration. And then you
Uh-huh.
know, I don't know how I missed this one, man. I've got 3 iterations of it. That fucking Fret Brett. So like I
Mm.
shared this one of the stories this week, right? Where of course you got them. But one of my favorites has to be this one here, dude, because it's just so jokes. S plus
Mm.
H, the little S heart H. It's just so high school sweetheart. It's so fucking like toxic masculinity. Just
Yeah.
hilarious to me, man. It's super trolly. And then of course the last one he did is actually a gray skull sculpt on there as well. But yeah, I
Mm.
mean, how do you not have some He-Man and Skeletor making out on your shelves? You gotta have that. And that's some Fret Brett there.
Yeah, Fret Brett, yeah, good one.
He's a funny
The
dude, man.
Dream Castle,
Yeah.
that one goes back a little bit, yeah.
It goes back quite a while, yeah. We love the little lore on that one. Hey, you know what I've been meaning to ask you?
What's that?
When did you find Unhinge's account? Because you've got quite the little collection started over there. We're pulling
That's
them in this week. I noticed they've been working on stuff longer than I had a clue. But now I'm nosy. What the heck did you find out? How did you find out?
I don't know. I mean, I think it was probably just in a suggested at one point,
Right?
or somebody made a post of one of their figures or something like that. I don't know.
Mm.
I can't really remember. I'd have to go back, but I mean, ever since he first started putting stuff out, which has been as of it's been recent. I mean, it's very consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's I mean, I got one, two, three, four, five figures, and I think two of them are the same figure, but
Okay.
he's been posting in the last
Yeah.
week, um, of another figure coming out. But I mean, they're dope, dude, because you get really different looks from because he does painted versions, he does
Yeah.
blanks, he does like
Yeah.
mixed blanks. So you can get a really nice array, if you will.
Well, Jack of all trades, looking through his account there, man, like a lot of molding and casting on those old things, a lot of
Hmm.
digital sculpting. The painting is fucking nuts on those action figures that they do. You want to say hi to
Bro.
the homies real quick before we get carried away?
Yes, absolutely. Toys and Tits, what's going on? Fletcher T Sandwich, what's going on, dude? Folklore, Jimmy, what's happening? Recycle the Galaxy, what's going on, dude? Kentucky in the house. Jazz Wizard, also Kentucky in the house. Jeff Sprinkle, what's up? Abbott on 40, what's up? Micah, what's up? Caucasian Creation, what up? FKD Suki, what's going on? Retro Zone Neon, good to see you. Slipshod, oh man, yeah. that new little wave you got working, dude. Very, very cool. Headcase Toys, what's up, dude? My man, there's another 3.75. Kevy Cold Cuts is in the house. Headcase Toys, another 3.75 artiste, if you will. What's up with you, man? What's been going
It's
down?
Oh no, hold on, man. Yeah, well, Kevin Colguts, dude, you nailed it, dude. The team, the home team, dude. It's funny. You start saying hi to them, and a couple of them start like chiming in, like, hey, I'm here too, B.
Dude, always glad to see everybody, man. Lots of
Fucking right.
regulars. Always cool to see new people in here as well, dude. But yeah, man, they said it's a team. You show up on Wednesday nights, and here we are
There
talking
it is.
about it again. Another great guest. We got a bunch of cool shares. I'm sure we got some dope tabbies going on, man. What's
Well, yeah,
going up in
designer
there?
con.
What's going up in Canada, man? You guys got soccer up there? I don't know if
Oh
soccer's in your
shoot.
town or what.
It is. It is.
It isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know me, dude. I like to be a little bit cynical about things. And like between FIFA and the Pride stuff happening right now, spontaneously, all of our fentanyl homeless have just
Oh,
disappeared. It's fucking
well,
nuts, man. It's fucking wild. You know
mhm,
what I mean? It's really nuts. It,
yeah.
it actually appalls me, man. It's such a bigger issue, but I see it around wintertime. We saw it this summer. Suddenly all these people, like, there's social problems in every small city, or every city. We're not a small city whatsoever. But then you see them just spend money on stupid shit.
Mm.
They just closed it down, like a whole section of the street, put these big giant fire or flower boxes like this big, loaded them up with dirt. You're watching city workers work all day, and all you can think is like, damn, you had money for that.
Yeah, dude. San Francisco went through something similar. Now I don't live in San Francisco, but I'm close enough, and I work there occasionally.
Yeah.
Um, but I believe was it the Chinese leader who came over? And boy, I'll tell you what, man. They found ways real quick on how to clean that up. They were putting up all types of fencing, and it was nuts, dude. There was all types of protests over that, and I think there very well should have been, dude. California, as far as the homeless programs and stuff, and the amount
Hmm.
that goes into the taxes and the programs here, and then to see that on the other end, what San
Yeah.
Francisco is. If anybody has been out there recently or knows what it's like over the last few years, it's extremely frustrating, bro, to know the amount of money
Frustrating is a
that
good
goes
way.
into that, and then there's literally zero movement on all that. It almost seems like it's digressing. You know what I mean? It's very I don't know what to say about that, dude. It's just it's frustrating, man. It's weird.
Yeah.
San Francisco
And
can be a very, very cool, beautiful place, dude. There's a lot of cool shit in San Francisco.
yeah.
But it's rough to get through sometimes, man.
It, it, it's a bigger thing. This isn't toys, so we won't dig too much into it. But it's a bigger thing, and it really reminds you of the humanity, and you really start seeing how people have just kind of lost that, man. And like, unfortunately, it's hard to act like a culture and a society and human when you got people that, like, they just don't have the basic needs. Just basic needs, man. Some fucking shoes, some water. But yeah, it'll be exciting, I'm sure, this weekend between Pride and FIFA. I'm sure it'll be pretty nuts down here.
Oh man, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's holy smokes, you guys are gonna be busy out there, dude. Wow. We don't have it. I think the closest, I think there may be some soccer down in Santa Clara, which is like 2 hours south of
right.
me, hour and a
Well,
half.
you
But
guys, you guys seem to be doing well. Do you watch any of that? You're not. I know you're a sports guy, but like soccer's not a sport.
yeah, I don't, dude. You know what? I was never a soccer guy, but I love. It's weird, dude. I've been seeing a bunch of memes that talk about how nobody's into soccer, and then once it comes to United States and the United States is in something,
Yeah.
then it doesn't matter what the contest is. It's like everybody's for that.
Nationalism,
But
man.
dude, I've been liking the seeing all the videos of people
Oh,
coming
jeez.
into North America just in general. And having the foods, and dude, the crowds of these teams and
Yeah.
fans like taking over these city streets is, dude, that
Well,
is wild, man. I
and you
think
know what I
that's
thought?
so freaking cool.
Somebody posted, and I think it's so accurate, and we've been seeing different iterations of it now reappear. But it's like the FIFA World Cup is basically like hanging out with your cousins that you never get to see because your parents hate each other.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like, yeah, like it's kind of jokes, man. Because at the end of the day, like, we've talked about it outside of this shit before, but like when it comes up to politics, like at the end of the day, like most of us aren't at a level where we get any kind of say whatsoever. So it's not like we actually hate any of these other countries or think we're better than any of these other countries. And so it's kind of sick when you actually just see us once again as a human species getting along, fucking integrating and meeting each other. It's kind of neato, you know?
Yeah, I agree, man. It's something that's it's really unifying, right?
Hey, there you go.
It's cool. It's cool to see. And I don't know much about soccer. I have some coworkers though. Check this out, man. These guys went down to a game down in Mexico,
Hmm.
and dude, the cost of those tickets is insane. They paid
Yeah.
about $2,500 a piece for their tickets, dude. And they were in the upper section. So I mean, the amount of money that thing generates is just nuts. And the only thing I got to say about that dude is toys, 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 toys,
That's what I
toys,
was thinking.
toys, toys,
Fuck, that's
toys.
$2,500 you're gonna spend on so many fucking sick toys. What are we talking about?
That's
Damn,
crazy.
dude.
That's crazy.
Anyways, hey, you want to pull in Unhinged and get this show on the road with them?
Yeah, hold on. I want to
Yeah.
show
Okay.
this real quick,
Do
dude.
it.
Just
Show
like
it.
this is the paint that we're talking about.
Well, okay, and so this is what's tough with their
Ugh.
work because admittedly, when we're gonna go through it, we're gonna look at some of their stuff. The sculpt work is nuts as well. Like I don't know how to explain, but just all the little like rivet pieces, like all the little details, all the framing in around the shoulders, like it's
Man.
such a really like well done sculpt as well.
And then like multicolor blanks, right? Like
Well,
mixed
and that's
blanks.
casted, right?
Yeah.
That's not printed resin, that's casted.
And then like a solid blank. Dude,
That's almost like a pearlescent. I wouldn't even necessarily put that like just solid.
that dude with just
Yeah,
like some
that's
fucking
fun.
highlights on him.
That's
Ugh,
fun.
dude.
Very
Anyways.
I don't really want to say Halo, but it's almost like if like the Halo
Hmm.
characters and what's that old movie against the big old bugs? You remember that one?
Hmm.
Space Troopers, Space something Troopers? No. Anyways, looks like a nice little combination of like a bunch of old sci-fi and
Yeah.
you want to pull them in though and have a
Let's
little
do it.
chat about this work? All right, let's fucking do
Let's
it. You
do
good
it.
down there, man? All right, let's pull you in. Unhinged Toys, how you doing, dude?
Doing pretty good, bro. Thanks for having
Oh
me on
man.
here.
You can hear
No, no.
everybody?
I get everybody.
We got
Woo-hoo! Look
there.
at
We
that.
got there.
Okay.
Before we get chatting away, you want to say hi to the homies in the chat there? Let them know who you are, what you do.
What's going on, guys? Louie from Unhinged Toys. Okay, you guys can hear me. I feel all isolated over here.
Yep.
So yeah, Unhinged Toys. Uh, Originally from New York City. I get based in Utah now, and yeah, just kicking it here at the crib with the toys.
I mean, right
Yeah.
off the hop, dude, we had you pulled up there. You've got what, three, four printers back there behind you?
Well, I got two printers.
Okay, okay, okay. Nuts, man. But then, so I'm going to know it just. Well, we'll get to it later. How did you get into toys? How did you get to what you're doing right now, my friend?
Whew. Well, it's been I guess a journey, I guess. I started sculpting about 10 years ago, 12 years ago with traditional clay. And then I have some pieces over here to show off. So really want to get into like uh I guess designer toys.
Yep.
Nice, dude. How
So
old
this
is
would be
that?
maybe like 10 years.
Wow, okay.
Damn, dude.
Damn, that's a
Yeah,
big
so
scale too.
yeah, no, it's a big boy. So yeah, I want
Okay.
to get into designer toys. At the time, I guess the concept was when I was doing tattoos at the time, we were sitting around the shop board and they're like, oh, do some chickens. So let's do some, I guess, I don't know, just different characters of all these chickens. So we got like a punk rock chicken over here.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
And
Yeah.
why'd you guys land on chickens, man?
I don't know. We were just sitting around, just throwing around concepts. So we were sitting around drawing all these different types of chickens. But it came from like stereotypes, I guess. So we start jumping around. Okay, we got, like I said, we got the Rastafarian chicken. We got the punk rock chicken. And then we had like the emo chicken. He had a knife cutting his wrist because. I have a sick sense of humor.
But prior to those, had you done much sculpting work? Had you been working in 3D much?
3D that came maybe about 4 years ago.
Damn, dude.
So how that came about was when I first moved out here to Utah. Like originally wanted to do 3D sculpting with toys, but then when I first came here, it was adapting the 3D sculpting into tattoo designs, and then eventually it was just like, why not just revisit toys again? Like you're already sculpting, you have the program, just invest into a 3D printer, and then just take it from there. So in the beginning, it was the same deal. Like, okay, let's start with this would be like my first sculpt with 3D printer, something quick, something basic. The arms, I didn't know at the time was like the articulation or the how you call it? I guess
Like a.
the tolerance. So my
Okay,
tolerance
yeah.
is all off at the time, and that took me a while to learn. So
Damn.
then
That
we
looks
came up.
very designer toy. That looks like very different than what you're doing now.
Yeah, but you have an eye. Like
Yeah,
you clearly know what you're up to, man. Like you've got a good eye for designing these things.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. For me, it was like I've always been drawing. Like I've been drawing since I was about 3 years old, 4 years old, and I came about from like seeing my father at the table drawing. Like, you grow up like watching cartoons, and you just like, yo, how do you do that? And at the time, like, you don't know how they're done, especially you see Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You're like, man, fucking, this is real. They exist somewhere. I want to see some cartoons, but I didn't know how it was done until I see my father. He was a doodler. So he would just sit at the table one day and he just started doodling. I'm like, okay, that's how it's done. And from there, that's when I picked it up, And of course, as a kid, you try to draw like Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, Thundercats, and then through the years, they were just. I think when I was like 8, my uncle introduced me to like the X-Men,
Mm.
and then started trying to replicate the X-Men, and then you want to get into like more of the darker stuff because in my house growing up, it was war movies, horror movies, and cartoons, Mr. Rogers. So it was just like a blend of all that stuff. So it was just like, okay, well, X-Men is cool and all, but I want to find something a little more darker, something a little more gritty, something real to me. Because it's like
Yeah.
you see, okay, Wolverine has his claws. Where's the gore? Where's the blood? He's supposed to be chopping motherfuckers left and right. So I'm like, ah. So that's when I jumped into like Image Comics. That's what I found from my uncle, and it was just Spawn, uh, Youngblood, all those different characters and their storyline, and it had everything I was looking for: the blood, all the gore, bodies being blown apart, and then just took it from there and just started drawing. Try to come up with my own characters because at the time was I want to be a comic book artist,
Mm.
and then didn't things didn't pan out the way you expected to go. Got in trouble in my youth. Wound up going to jail for like 30 days. So while you're sitting in jail, it'd be the same thing. You sit there, you draw, there's nothing to do in there. Either you draw, you sleep, play checkers, you read books. And then one guy came across one day and he's like, yo, you should be a tattoo artist. And I'm like, can't fucking be a tattoo artist? Like, you can't erase. So then when you're in jail, all they give you is like a little pad, and then it'll be like a pen, but without the casing. It'll just be like the ink the filter of the ink.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they give you. But he's like, bro, you're drawing with a pen. So I'm like, that's when the light bulb went off. I'm like, maybe I should be a tattoo artist, because I didn't want to do anything else. All I wanted to do is just do art, and didn't complete school. Even looking, trying to do research on how to become a tattoo artist. I mean, a comic book artist. It was like, yeah, you got to go through like college and all this stuff. I'm like, I didn't even finish high school, so college is out the question. So, okay, how can I pursue art? So I was like, all right, we be a tattoo artist. So I jumped into tattooing, and after a few years doing that, then you start like branching out to like, okay, what else can I do? Okay, so it would be okay. Let's start. Let's try some spray paint. Let's try some airbrush. Let's try some markers. Let's try color pencils. Let's try watercolors, acrylics, uh, wood carving,
And were you
and
doing
then
all that while you were trying to learn how to tattoo as well?
yeah,
So, damn.
yeah. No, we're just always trying to dip my hands in, like to different things. We're just trying to experiment. Like I just
Yeah.
like learning like everything, and then eventually it just came on to clay, and with clay, I fell in love with clay. At the same time, it's difficult trying to get your proportions right, especially working little pieces. You're trying to work on a little face, and your fingers are like bunching up the nose and the ears, and that became difficult. Um, so then, yeah, that's when I moved out here, invested into to ZBrush, and then
Mm.
started practicing and sculpting on that. Because at the time, same like I said, we just okay, well, how can I stand out in the tattoo industry, or at least in my general area?
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of I know I was like I know I'm not a lot of guys are doing ZBrush. They're not doing sculpting for their designs. They're doing it by hand or they're copying somebody else's designs. So I'm like, well, I have design skills. My mind just goes to places I guess most artists don't think about, especially in tattooing. They want to make their lives easy, and I don't know.
Sure.
I don't believe in taking shortcuts. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna pick up sculpting and pick up ZBrush and start sculpting and applying this into my tattoo designs.
Mm.
And then eventually it was this man just get back into toys again. Let's invest into a 3D printer. And at the time, the guy I was working for was saying, "No, don't do that. You should outsource it." I'm like, bro, like that's fucking expensive as fuck to outsource all that shit to get molds made and all that. I was like, I could do this myself. So you start doing research and you're like, yeah, it's expensive. Okay, let's start small. So okay, let's start practicing on like making molds. Let's start practicing on creating castings. And then in the beginning it was just trying to learn how like so want to get into designer toys, but then you look at it and it's like, yeah, it's cool. But then most designer toys, there's no articulation. And I wanted something you can move, you can play with, you can
Yeah.
handle, not something. Go ahead.
Well, when you were first getting into this, were you following anybody on Instagram, or was it just like kind of like the designer toy scene? Or when you got into making your own actual figures, were you, I know you said you were doing some research. Um
Well, first it was the Craftman. You know, I guess everybody jumps on the Craftman and
uh,
watching his videos and inspires you. You're just like, oh
for
man,
sure.
I could do this from home. Like,
And like, would this have been around this period here? Like, would this have been around like your designer toy kind of phase?
n- no, those were I
Okay.
was like, let's try maybe some Keshis, but then I'm like, Keshis are really small, so I always I like bigger, chunkier figures. So then yeah, that's how that came about. I was like, let's try some Keshis. But then I know Keshis there's a particular feel to them. And same thing trying to do research, trying to figure out what materials they go for, you know. And at the time, I was like, I didn't have the resins for it, so let's go with that kind of resin. But let's try to make the cushions for those. Bunch of those I didn't sell. I just gave away to friends and family. And I still
Was
have
that an
some.
original sculpt from you?
Yeah, like
Damn,
everything.
dude. So, bro, like, what the fuck? That was dope, dude. That
Thank you,
was
bro.
dope, man. So what's your plan? Obviously, I mean, as you get bigger, right? Like, are you gonna bring those things back around, dude? I think those things would, bro, those are fucking good, dude.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, at the time, like I don't know, it was you get into your own head. You're like, these things suck. Let me scrap these. Because at the same time, it was just there was no articulation to them, you know. So it was just like I want something I could play with. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that just want to sit there and play with. Maybe take to the office. Maybe take to the hike. Maybe take some pictures with it. I don't know. So I gave a bunch of away, gave a bunch away to like friends and family, and then so that's when came up trying to come up with these figures, and same thing because we were just trying to learn how to make the articulation, trying to get the tolerance down. That was frustrating to find because there's no information out there for that kind of stuff. Like, and if there is, there's guys charging like $400 for like a 6 week course. And I'm like, I'm trying to learn this now. Like, I'm not trying to spend
Yeah.
this amount of whatever kind of money for a course to break down the design process all the way to the tolerances and how to make the articulation. I'm just trying to learn this right now. I already know how to design. So I'm like, okay, let me just figure it out. And it just multiple fails, multiple fails, multiple fails. And I almost gave up. I was like, oh, let's go back to Keshi's again. you know? And then I finally dialed in, I figured it out, and it was just okay, I got it. You know, I even tried doing the magnets, and those failed because the magnets weren't strong enough. So
Mm.
yeah, no. So I finally figured out the tolerances. So I wanted to do, I guess, something close to Glyos. At the time, we were just like, okay, I know they're a company. I don't want to get sued, so let's try to figure out your own peg system.
Yeah.
Come to later find out, like, yeah, you could use their peg system. It's okay. Too late now. But
Yeah,
still,
dude, it's very Glyos like. And you know what I like, dude, is like it's a very, you know what I mean? Like check this out.
Like I said, I could hear that.
Yeah, dude. So it's like a nice, it's
Mm.
easy to take out, but you can tell when it pops in, like it's a nice tight fit, dude.
Oh,
Bam.
dude.
You know what I mean? Bam.
yeah, no,
I
that's
feel like it tight.
I was gonna say, dude, I was gonna say, bro, that's so full of gold. I'm surprised you delayed so long on fucking commenting on that. But dude, these are, I mean, and it's the same, dude. You know what I mean? It's nice, dude. It's nice. Like whatever you did there, like the tolerances, you absolutely got those figured out. 5 POA on like everything, dude. Damn, and it's clean too.
Are those ones resin casted, or are you printing those ones in resin?
no, those are resin casted. So
Man.
I use two different resins. So it'd be like a rigid for the body and semi-rigid for the limbs. I want to go for more like that old school like plastic feel, like like how action figures, how they are. Is like you have a stronger body and softer limbs, but I didn't want to go through the whole process of, I guess, casting the two body parts to try to snap them together. And I'm like, I don't have time for that. I want something now. So then that's when, same thing, watching Craftman. Yeah, check out these Gargoyles figures. I'm like, oh, that gave you an idea. And there you go. You don't have to do a two-part cast of the bodies. You just do a one part for the body and create your limbs, and then just ran with that.
Hollow bodies are fucking impossible, man. I'm
No,
glad you liked
it's
what you did. It's such a cleaner look. It's less bullshit.
it
It's
is.
tighter, man. Yeah, no, it looks great, dude. How many of like the action figure style figures have you designed so far?
Oh man, I still have more to cast, and I'm always come up with more ideas. So like,
Mm.
wait, hold on.
So actually, does that kind of help you when you're like printing? Do you basically get to kind of come up with all your prototypes and then decide what you're gonna produce?
No,
Yeah.
so like at night, like say, well, sitting around watching TV. I have a sketchbook out, do a couple of sketches. It'll be like either head sketches, full body sketches, kind of just sketching every night, and then decide the one I like, and I'll take that to the computer and then draw it out. It's like I have a better plan, or like try to do color schemes, and then from there, that's when I start sculpting. And then so, say now when I'm sculpting, I'll print one out. I'll start making the molds, starting the casting. So while making the molds, waiting for the molds, waiting for the castings and all, then that's when I was jump onto another drawing. So it'll be like a rotation. I get bored really fast, so that's why I do like 10 figures. Because like painting 10 figures after a while, just like fuck, I want to get to the next fucking project. Because there's just a constant flow of ideas, just always going.
Well, it looks like you've got like an army there on your desk, man.
Yeah, so we got
Fuck,
this
dude.
guy there. I like to get him pumped out, get a cast of him. But then I'm working on two other scopes on ZBrush. What else we got? We got, I guess this guy's coming out next, dropping him Friday.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude.
He's fucking gorgeous.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you post that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted this one the other day.
Yeah, man. That's a fucking sick one right there, dude.
I didn't even like. There's something about that red like part right here that it almost looks like Trunks' handkerchief or something. You know, DBZ. Like it gives like a whole other vibe, dude. That is such a good fucking figure.
I noticed it after I painted it. I'm like, it looks like a handkerchief. I was trying to go from like the Zippo look because like he's carrying he's carrying a flamethrower. So I'm like, this give this guy a little character.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
No, that's smart, dude.
Yeah.
That makes
you know, I guess the inspiration behind him was if you ever seen man, just had it in my head. Angel Cop. So there's a scene where there's a cop dressed up in a fireproof suit, but he winds up getting burned alive inside the suit. I just thought like the design of the suit was really cool, but he just got killed off so fast. I'm like, nah, he got to get redeemed, you know. So let's change up the suit a bit and let's fucking give him a flamethrower, something that didn't exactly come, but he died by fire. So that's some inspiration behind this guy next. I don't know. I just like picking and choosing things that inspired me. I guess what I see or when I was a kid, or then what I get somewhat frustrated, but at the same time, it's like, okay, cool, whatever. It would be like they look like Halo. I'm like, it's not Halo.
I know. Sorry, dog.
No, you're
Sorry,
good.
No, but you know what? Because every now and then, when you're not the person who made it, you forget. You know what I mean? You say something, but then you forget what it's like when you're the maker, and you're like, "Fuck you! It's not Halo. This is all my original shit, dog. Like, suck dick.
Yeah, no.
Halo's for losers." Yeah, no, I got you, dude.
Yeah, no,
But, like,
Gears of War. Yeah, I'm more of a fan of Gears of War. I picked up a Halo game once, and it was just like 20 minutes of just walking around. I'm like, where's the enemies? I'm like, fuck this game. I'll return it the same day. Fuck this fucking game.
See, that's what I've been saying since all the crackheads are disappearing. I'm like, where the fuck are all the enemies, dude? I just have to be able to just go around punching people. Where's all the fighting? But I'm looking at
They disappeared out of my neighborhood too. I'm like, where the fuck are the crackheads? Where the meth heads at?
I think Fletch actually nailed it. Soylent Green, man. That's what's happening. But I'm looking at this one here, dude, and I'm assuming this is kind of what you were saying earlier, where you'll sketch him up, bring him over to ZBrush, toss him in, and like, damn, dude, you really do have an eye for like toys.
Dude, what is this, dude? That is dope right there.
Yeah, no, that was for a project for another toy artist. So you know, he taught me the design. He drew something up, and you know, it was just okay. I I have a good eye for seeing other people's visions. I guess coming from tattooing is like
Yeah.
I know a lot of people out there. They're not artists, so you could give me a stick figure, and I know what you're talking about. So he gave me his drawing, and I'm like, okay, let's fix this up. Let's touch it up. Showed him the drawing. He agreed, and yeah, I just started sculpting it. Haven't finished the project yet. Would love to finish the project soon. It was just trying to jump back and forth through doing everything, and it's like, fuck, man, I'm doing everything by myself. Got to design, got to sculpt it, paint it, casting, molding. It's a lot. It's a lot. Run to the mail, to run to the post office, drop these guys off. I don't drive, so
Is that something that you have thought about getting into, like as far as any type of like side business, or maybe you're doing it already, where you're doing exactly what you said, man? I think your tattoo background, I think you nailed it as far as making people's vision come alive, dude. I know a whole bunch of tattoo artists, and they're all very very good at that. Where somebody comes in, they don't see something exactly that they want, so they describe it, and next thing you know, bam, they got it on them. But what was the question there? I totally forgot what the question was.
I
No,
think we were
no,
gonna
you're
ask if
good.
is designing for other people something that you would potentially
Yes.
take on more work of, or do you prefer to be working on your own ideas?
I like to take on other people's projects. Like I like doing my own, but I like helping other people. Like I actually be tired from tattooing. I no longer tattoo, so it just okay. Yeah, it would be nice to have like little side income, something that I could help other people with. And I had a few people reach out, but then they'll back out the last minute. I guess after hearing like the numbers and what it'll take, and I guess that would be like the frustrating part of taking other people's projects. So I'm like, okay, well, until something comes along, let me just work on my own stuff. So this
Yeah.
is, I guess, what I'm trying to work on and how I try to bring home the bacon. It's just okay. You just work on my own stuff at the meantime.
You got
You know,
Slipshot asking if you have any pointers for anybody who's maybe starting looking to get started on ZBrush.
ooh, that's a good question. Any pointers? I'll just say take it slow, take it easy. Uh, like I taught myself how to use ZBrush. It would be just watching a shit ton of tutorials. Um, I know there's tutorials on Udemy. Or I forgot how you pronounce it. Udemy. There's a bunch on there. I guess find something you like, something that's relatable. I found a few, and same thing about like character designing, hard metals surface, or that's what I got into more at the time. We were just in the beginning, it was just okay. Let's do superheroes. And I'm like, everybody's doing superheroes. I don't want to. I spent my whole life doing superheroes. I could create characters. I want to create my own characters.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, okay, let's get the mix of the both of like organic and hard surface modeling. So I guess it would be like all depends on your interest. I know there's a bunch on there, or same thing on YouTube, where you could just jump into both. If you want to create your own little characters, your own monsters, robots, uh, mix it of both, and just start implementing the both.
Admittedly, even
I,
you saying sculpting organic and hard surface, I was sitting here being like, "What the fuck?" Nobody's ever used those words on here before. So even you, like doing your own research, looking into it, I'm like, it makes sense once you say it. But I'm like, yeah, nobody's said it like that before. Fuck. So it's
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot to try and digest and learn for sure, man.
Yes, it would be like, you have like, say, it would be like your organic, like your monsters, you want to get like,
Fuck.
I've,
That's
I've always been into like anatomy. So just like, as a kid, just sitting there reading about anatomy, analyzing pictures. We had like, in my house we had an encyclopedia, and then there'll be like plastic pages, but of the human body. So it'll start with the skin, and you fold the page, and you see the
yeah.
the muscles, and then you flip the next page, there goes the intestines, and then the circulatory system, and then the skeleton, and then I just thought that book was so awesome. So it was just yeah, just trying to learn how the body works, about where everything sits. So that's been my big thing, especially like same thing. You're trying to draw comic books, you're trying to draw the superheroes, so they have to have good anatomy. If it doesn't flow right, it's not gonna look right. So yeah, just sitting there learning anatomy, and then I mean, eventually it was just okay. Like, how do I how do I get into like the hard surface modeling? That was a little tricky learning
Mm.
because yeah, like you have a vision for it, but the way certain videos on YouTube, they don't explain it the right way. So same thing, you're just trying to find videos that would. And I found a few, so I started practicing and implementing that to my characters. So now it'll be the mix of both, where I'll start off with like a body and sculpt out all the muscles and everything, where everything will go, and then start placing all the armor pieces on top, and then, eventually you start cutting it up and putting room for the articulations and all.
So like even when you look at one of these figures here, for instance, like you can really see
Ooh.
where that all comes into play, man. Like you've got such a nice, good, solid armor piece here, and it doesn't look like this is just part of the character. Like it sits on top. That's armor, right? And
Yeah.
like the way you've got your pant legs and everything, like the
Yeah, dude.
fabric, and then coming back into like the knee joints here. It's like like you've got a really good sculpt style going down. And like I think everything that you're saying, like your comic book styling and everything else like that, it really shows in your work, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was kind of inspired from one of remember in Fifth Element, the cops in Fifth
Mm.
Element. So that's what kind of inspired that idea.
Dope. But it even has like what's odd is even your legs almost have that like adventure people style that like the some of like their underwater dudes would have and stuff. Like, like honest, when I'm looking at your work, dude, what's crazy is like your stuff is on a level where the fact that you're not already working for like one of the Glyos dudes or something is kind of nuts.
Dude, look at the different textures and stuff just the paint creates on that, dude, and the sculpt too. Like look at the movement in the pants and shit, dude, just from the sculpt. And then
Mm.
like the fluorescent yellow, I mean, you know what I mean, on the wrist, dude, that almost looks like it's digital. And then you got like the knee pads down there, and like you said, dude,
Nuts.
that chest plate where the chest looks like it's metal. Fuck, man.
Yeah, a lot of textures.
That's dope, Louis.
Yeah,
That's dope right there, man. Dude, your
thank you,
hand
bro.
for like your tattooing and your paint must be insane, dude. Like, I don't think there's, and I always make this excuse. Well, I'm older, you know what I mean. But dude, even like probably 20 years ago, I don't think I could do it like that. How long does it take you to paint one of those up, man? And are you doing that in one shot, or how does that work, dude? Because you do a lot of one-offs.
So in the beginning, like the one-offs took me a minute. It would be the same thing. Okay, well, I got to teach myself how to paint these things. So then, you get yourself some, get your little visor thing here, and
Oh
tent that
man.
on. And in the beginning, it was just it's different from like a tattoo needle. So like I'll sit there and hold my breath, and it's say like little areas. My hands would actually shake. I'm like, fuck, 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 keep it straight, keep it straight. Eventually, you start getting used to it, and then so I guess like that one of the first figures I think you caught from me, I forget his name, 3PA5,
The first one?
that first one, the Spawn one,
Yeah, dude.
that that took me like 3 days to paint.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That would be on my work desk for a month. Easy.
Yes, that took me about 3 days to paint, and then eventually you started getting so the one-offs, same, yeah, they'll be like 3 days each. And I'm like, okay, dude, this
Damn.
is this taking me a while. I need to pump these out a little faster. So you gotta start thinking is like, okay, well, I have to do these. I have to do these in batches. Do I have to be one consistent color? And so I got, like I said, it'll be like the KOS made 10 of these, and then they took about a week or so to paint. But these are a little easier because it's black. Black goes down a little faster. Yellow takes about 3 passes each to get that yellow down because yellow is a really light color. So you have to go multiple passes.
I've got
And
at. What brand paint are you using, my friend? If you felt like
uh,
sharing.
yeah, no, not a problem. I'm an open book. So I'm using Monument Hobbies.
Okay.
So they have a I, I I like their company. They have a matte finish when they dry. Like I have a what else I have over here? I think Vallejo, but Vallejo has like a satin glass. Yeah. So I got a bunch of game colors, but they have like a satin or like a glass finish to some of them, and I just wanted something flat, something I could manage and then control it how I want the outcome to be. Instead of okay, this is what the paint's gonna tell me I gotta be. So I like the Monument Hobbies. They have like a matte finish, wide range of colors. Some some applications you could get away with doing 1, 2 passes. Certain colors, like I said, it'd be yellows. You gotta sit there and do like 2 or 3 passes to get it like laid down. Uh, this character, he took a little while because this would be like 4 passes because it's like a
Yeah.
golden brownish yellows, and then top of that going on top of black. So
Had you
I'll
done
take a
any
little.
like miniature painting or anything, but prior to this, dude?
No,
Oh, hey,
I wish
fuck,
I
man.
did.
Yeah, dude. Because most people
Yeah,
like they have such a hard time painting plastic at the beginning. The fact that you're just like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, 3 or 4 passes, 2 days, you're like, what the fuck, man? You're doing something
yeah,
right. Yeah,
yeah. And
dude.
it just I like researching. I like learning. So if you know, okay, how can I make this easier on myself? So same thing. Oh, so you're learning about how you call them the primers. So then I'm like, I don't want to use colored primers if you're black and white. If I'm gonna be casting these things, I want to cast them in color, like how an action figure should be. So instead of relying on your black primers or your whites and then laying colors on top of that, so I'll go with a clear primer. So I'll prime it with a clear primer and then start painting on top of that. And those, it works. Same thing, you gotta, because it's, I guess the resin has more of like a really smooth finish to it. So in the beginning, certain colors, it go just be like gliding off the plastic. You're like, eventually you get the hang of it, and then yeah, no, then now I could bang these like like this one with this guy maybe took me about a week or so to paint. Get like 10 of them painted.
You
Like I
got
said, it's a
10 of
lot of
those.
color. Yeah,
Fuck, bro. That's insane, man. Whipping up 10
Mhm.
of those in a week is insane, man.
I have no life. I'm just here at the house all day. I'll probably go outside for like an
Dude,
hour, take my dog for a walk, and I come back home, back painting, maybe take a nap for like an hour, and then back to
right
painting.
back.
More painting.
Fuck,
Connor Graves in the
man.
house. What up, man?
Yeah, no, this is like an all day. It's like all day, like up at like 4:30, 5:30, have my coffee. I guess you check your Instagram, and okay, I gotta get to work before I get
Mhm.
sucked into fucking doom scrolling. And then you
Straight
just
up.
sit here, like, okay, well, from like 4 in the morning or so till 10, I'm like, okay, let me take a break. Let me take take my dog out for his walk, come back home, and back to work. And then this is just straight work until bedtime, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
And those guys are dropping Friday, eh?
Yeah, they're dropping Friday.
Friday,
Nice, dude.
damn, dude.
Let's talk about that world that you're creating, dude, because obviously all the characters that you've made so far in this 3.75 scale, they obviously are all from the same world, man. And I know you're
Yeah.
that's something that you're building. Talk about that real quick and where that's going in the immediate future, man. Like what's going on there?
Oh man, I would like to take it to the next level. But I guess the storyline, I guess, it comes from like all the stuff I enjoy, sci-fi, pirates, cowboys, and so it's at the same time I kind of do my own little cheat code because I'm like, man, at first I want to do faces. I'm like, man, to paint eyeballs, that's gonna be fucking nuts. So I'm like, let me just opt out fucking faces. Let's do masks. Everybody wears a mask. But then it's so you have
That's
the
actually
I
dope, dude. I
guess
like that.
yeah, no, but I'm not fucking painting eyeballs.
I mean, that's what's fucking super cool about it, though, right? Is that you get like a different look, and it's basically just like a different colored lens for the face, is what it looks like. And then when you throw
Yeah,
the UV or the glow on it, dude, like there no face needed on that. That's legit, dude. I think that's a smart way to do it. So just like you said, you just don't fuck with it in general.
yeah, no. So it would be like, yeah, no, fuck the faces. So, the, so it, eventually, like how the story, how I have it in my head is so you have like it starts off with like six dudes, they're all in the military, and out one night, out on leave, and then but this is like in a galaxy far, far away, of course. Um, so they go to stumble into a bar and there's a I guess a poker game. I don't want to say poker because I'm like this is space. There's no fucking poker in space. So there's like a card game, something similar to a fucking game. And the leader of the group, he winds up winning the game against I guess one of his general's sons, and the general's son was like, okay, what? I'll I'll bet you my ship, and this ship is like supposed to be like the one and only ship that the military has created. This like a prototype ship, but it's supposed to be like top of the line ship. And it's like some big old mother, some mother ship. Not something you could carry like five dudes in, but something you could carry like 300, 500 people in.
Hmm.
And this guy winds up winning the ship. So the general's son, he gets mad that he loses, and he tries to kill. His name is the next character is Lux Evid. So he winds up trying to kill Lux Evid behind his back, but Lux Evid is a quicker draw, winds up killing the general's son, and they jump on the ship, him and his boys, and they take off. So now you have the military chasing them. So while they're traveling the galaxies, they starts off as mercenaries. Okay, so I'm thinking, if I was in their boat, what would we do? I'm with my boys. What are we gonna be doing? Okay, let's do some mercenary work. We're gonna have to try to make some kind of fucking money to sustain us, keep the ship going, materials, food, all that good noise. But eventually, like it's not paying them. They're like, man, we gotta do something different. So then it's okay. Let's go be fucking pirates. So they go off and try to be pirates. And on the first mission, try to be pirates. But before they go on the mission, they all had a rule amongst themselves. There's gonna be no leaders. Whoever wears the helmet leads. Yeah, I'm the leader. This is my helmet. But if I fucking die in combat, whoever picks up my helmet, you're the next in line. So when they jump off the ship, like Stevie just dies. He gets killed in battle.
Right away.
Not even killed in battle. He just fucking gets killed. Right there, bombs. Just like a mother. It's Christian drama. You know. So then, but eventually, they get as they go on, going different planets, they just become scumbags. So they're all scumbags at the end. Like there will be pirates, but like pirates to the T. Where now it's okay. We're gonna break up prisoners. We're gonna take on prisoners, take on our own prisoners of war. Okay, well, you don't want to be part of the fucking group. We're gonna off you because now we have the military chasing us. But eventually, same thing. I cause conflict with everybody. You're gonna get conflict from everybody. So now you're gonna have, eventually have like the mob chasing you. You're gonna have other planets chasing you. You're gonna have bounty hunters chasing you. You're gonna have everything just chasing you. And it's just a constant chase. But then I want to limit to like, yeah, there's five guys in the ship. I want to be a rotating cast of characters. So if I could,
Yeah.
it'll be nice to get like 500 characters, 600 characters, and it all depends how the collective wants to collect them. So in my head, to me, they all die. They just all throwaway characters. They just because I'm always coming up with ideas. So it's like, how can you create something fresh? You just can't have, yeah, this guy's gonna last fucking all 6 seasons. No, fuck you. You fucking die. So it just to me, everybody just dies. But it all depends on how the collector wants to collect them. So the next character, like Steven, like I said, he's the leader. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to have him and the helmet. So now it's how I plan it. When he comes out, every toy after him will have a helmet to go. Because like I said,
Mm.
everybody on that ship, they're all scumbags. So it's like I said, it gets lost in translation. Where okay, if you have the helmet, you lead. Well, what that mean to you? To me, it would be like, fuck you. I think I could do a better job at you at fucking me. I'm gonna fucking kill you and fucking take over. So on the ship, it's just fucking constant chaos.
Mm.
Everybody just fucking trying to off each other, just trying to off you. I think one eye open, but at the same time, it's like we all have to survive. We all have to fucking try to get past this. Because everybody chasing us. We can't go back home because we're a billion miles away from fucking our home. So we have to learn how to work together. At the same time, I can't trust you. So we're just trying to create that chaos on that ship, trying to create
Yeah.
that drama. While at the same time, you have everybody chasing you. So just I
You
don't
should
know.
almost have little comic books with your characters, man.
Oh,
Dude,
I
that's
would
funny
love
that
to
you.
do that.
Now start down
I
to little
was
mini
just
designs.
gonna ask, dude, like with your comic book background or saying that you wanted to get into that, man. Have you ever thought about doing, or maybe you're even doing one, a comic book of this?
I would love to. We're just trying to find the time and I guess the funds because everything is just yeah, it's rough trying to pump these guys because my plan at the same time is trying to okay, let's try to get 10 figures every month, every month, every month instead of like I guess every 2 months, 3 months is try to pump these things out, try to pump it out, try and get interest behind them.
Yeah.
And I guess when there is interest and when you know, I guess when there is something coming in, I can sit down and okay, let's figure out a comic. Maybe a little animation clip, a
Yeah.
little just something like I have ideas. It's tough try
Yeah.
to do all of
Well,
this by it.
yeah, like you said, man. I mean, especially just getting started off. I mean, you're doing like what you said, runs of 10, dude. That's not a large run, but I think that's probably a really good
No,
number to start off
I'll
at, to try to get those sold. What about the figures? Let's talk about sales real quick, dude. So the figures, once the 10 sells out and you go to another figure, are you still going back and making those the previous figures by request at all, or is it just like 10 and then that's done? Or are you just open to do whatever?
I'm open to requests, but it's like okay, like I said, I get bored fast. It's like okay, 10 and I'm done. Let's just jump on to the next project because
Yeah.
I'm always ideas are just always coming, and I just want to jump onto those next ideas. Let's pump out another 10. Let's pump out another 10. Let's pump out another 10.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then and then kind of like the one-off pattern. Do you see that changing at all at any point, or is it just going to be pretty much one-offs, and then moving on to something else? Mini comics, yeah. There,
Well,
there you go.
I like to do the mini comics. So what I'm trying to like, I guess try to do, trying to plan out. Okay, well I have your main 10, all one set color, and maybe try to do like between I don't know 3 to 5 one-offs,
Yeah.
just to kind of mix it up, and then same thing with the blanks, and then maybe a little paint on the blanks here and there.
Yeah. Well, dude,
Just
I
trying to
think there's
mix it
plenty
up.
there's plenty of people that are doing it, or started off the same way, dude, where they have that same eye. And dude, you're one of those artists that is like super skilled in multiple areas, and there's a lot of people in this community that are doing that same thing. And I think that kind of conundrum of where do you dedicate your time, especially when you're not really making a majority of money in one area. Like you said, it takes a lot of time to write or to draw a comic, you know what I mean? And when you're not getting paid for it at the same time, then that means the other stuff that you could be doing that does make you money, you're not doing it. So I could see how that could be just a total man,
Yeah,
dude. You know what I
no,
mean? Like
it's
it's I think you and I were talking before, dude. Like it's a slow. like it's a slow burn, man. Like at the beginning, I think for a lot of people.
Yeah, no, like when I when I first dropped that first figure, those went flying. And I'm like, okay, well, I think I have something here.
Yeah.
But then do the KOS, and then that was slow going. But then, eventually I sold those guys out and dropped out. I dropped the S310, and nobody jumped on those. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, but just keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. This maybe this next guy will go.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't go, well, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. Like I don't want to stop. Like I love creating. I love art. I love making toys. I love creating. Just love making art in general. It's
Yeah.
something like I want to do since I was a kid. And
Some
yeah,
of
I don't know
those
how to do anything else.
some of those prints that you showed us before that we were looking at, have you ever thought about doing a line of that style? Because it's a very different feel and look than something like this. It just feels like it's completely different, you know? Have you ever thought of making a line of anything that just looks completely different, or is it this is what's going to be going on from here on out? Yeah, dude, like
I,
some of that's yeah.
yeah, no, it's tough because I have a bunch of ideas, bunch of designs, like say, but this one we're just yeah, I got this big old mech here. But then I'm like, man, he's gonna fucking
Ugh.
be a pain in the ass to mold out, and then it's probably be
That's a
a shit
lot of
ton to fucking
resin.
ship him out. So maybe we'll come back and revisit him. But at the same time, he doesn't really stand too well. So his
It
feet,
looks like
I
he's got
made
a
his
lot of
feet.
weight on the back, huh?
He's too top heavy and like a
Yeah.
ding dong. I made his feet too small.
But
I'm like,
honestly,
all right,
I
but we'll
would.
come back and revisit that.
He
Then
would
it
look rad in
came.
a
Then I
vinyl.
had the idea of like let's do like big headed mechs of like stuff that we all know of, I guess. So it would be like we got this big headed Sentinel from the X-Men.
Oh shit.
You know, so he was like all articulated and stuff. And the same thing. Okay, let's scrap that because that's gonna be a fucking. The head is hollow, but I'm like, okay, I could do a roto casting, but roto casting that kills your arm trying to do roto casting. Kind of
Yeah,
rotates
man.
resin.
I've seen
I
people
have
make
a
those, yeah, those homemade spinners or whatever.
I have one of them, but you're sitting there cranking it, and you're like, man, my arm hurts. I gotta sit here and do this for 30 minutes. Fuck this. I'm yeah, no. I had this guy here, but his arm broke off.
Yeah, man, that's
So
another good one.
I thought about like coming back and revisiting with these guys. I might do that. Kind of mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
That's a
That's a cool
really fun
scale, man.
scale.
What is
Yeah.
that?
Oh man, I don't even know. I'm gonna let me get a fucking actual ruler. It's a little under 3 inches.
Nice.
Same.
Man,
Yeah.
dude, well, you got a lot of stuff to choose from as far as projects
Next
out there. Man,
projects.
dude, that's crazy
Yeah.
that you got a lot of stuff that just has a completely different feel to it. Especially than what the stuff that's coming out now. Very cool.
Oh, thank you, bro. Yeah, no, it just like I said, I got a bunch of ideas, bunch of figures. I got working on 2 sculpts right now. I have about 3 or 4 I got to mold and cast. And it's hard when you just the mind is always going and you just I gotta complete one figure. But they jump on another 3.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely an issue a lot of the guys in the scene now are
Oh, can't hear you,
battling for
Crumbs.
sure. Oh,
That's weird, dude. I can't hear you, but it doesn't say you're on mute. Now it says you're on mute.
how about now?
Yeah, see, that's weird, dude. I can't. Can you hear him, Louis?
I can't hear them.
Okay, he's gonna try to come back in. That's weird, man. Yeah, I think it's something with StreamYard, dude. Honestly, if we've all had problems with it tonight. So I think it's something with StreamYard, which is weird, dude. StreamYard's usually pretty on point. Um, but so as far as dude, you know what I really like about your product too, man? It's like it's right in that real nice area as far as pricing goes. I think you got that figured out pretty good. And then just the real simple bag with the header card on it, uh, just black with your logo, Unhinged Toys. How much effort or thought do you even put into packaging? Um, I mean, I like the fact that there is something there. You know what I mean? And it's clean, it's simple. Your bags are. It looks very clean when you get it, man.
Well, after I guess when you showcased the first one, it was just, man, this is pathetic. Just a little toy in a bag, and I was like, nah, I need something that's gonna represent my figure if I'm putting this much effort. So at first, so I'm like, okay, with blanks they could go in the bag with a header card. But with my painted figures, I'm like, nah, it needs a little more representation. You know, if I'm putting this much effort into painting them, I got to do something with the packaging for that.
Yeah.
So packaging for that now, it's you get your clamshell, reusable
Yeah, yeah.
clamshell if you want. Just stash whatever you want in here, your weapons, your meth, your fucking weed. But then it'll be so after I sculpt the figures, I'll on ZBrush you could paint them in ZBrush, and then from there, like I said, I taught myself how to do 3D rendering
Yeah.
for tattooing. So I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna use apply the same skills for the packaging for the front. So got that thing going.
They look really fresh, man. That
The
looks
little
really
orange
Yeah,
fresh,
towards the
dude.
though.
side.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Try to do the same thing, for this
No,
next
that's
figure.
next freaking level, man. That I don't know if I've seen anybody
So
else
other
doing
figures
renderings like that.
I do come out. So I try to think about it, but not so much. It would just be okay. Let me just find a cool angle, you know, paint it up, and then start rendering in Photoshop and
Yeah.
print them out on sticker paper and then chop them up on the little slicer thing. I forget the name of that thing. And slap your labels on.
Yeah, it's nice, man.
Even
It's a
that,
nice.
that's even that. That's tricky because you're over here fiddling with trying to get it straight, and then the time I was trying, how do I get these things straight, and then trying to figure out how to roll on flat because you get like the little wrinkles.
Yeah.
And I forget who suggested to me. They're like, yeah, get one of those the squeegee rollers, I guess. Get one of those and place the sticker on and
Yeah.
just roll it onto the case. That helps a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. Hell
So,
yeah. Dude, we've been at this for just about an hour, man. Let's see. So you got a drop coming out Friday, right?
yeah.
Sweet. And what's in the drop on Friday?
What do you mean?
You guys, is it another run at 10 or what is it that's coming out Friday?
Well, yeah, Friday will be another run of 10 of this guy here.
Nice.
Comes with the flamethrower. The flamethrower is removable. Uh, won't have blanks by Friday, but I do plan on releasing blanks. Should be just a mixed bag of, I guess, colors I think will look cool. I don't know. That's why I try to go based off like with the blanks. So what color schemes I could go with? Maybe flats. Maybe mix it up. I don't know. It's just all how I'm feeling at that moment. So I think that's what makes it cool. Makes it original. Like I like figuring out colors or like because you only have like your basic 8 colors in resin. I mean, with the dyes. So you just okay. Well, I know color theory. Just try
Right.
to figure out what colors I can mix up to make a certain color.
Yeah.
But this guy dropped on Friday.
That's dope, man.
And
That's a
try to
clean
get
looking
some
one for sure.
try to get some blanks come dropping little soon after that.
And then you had
Nice.
mentioned like the red, white, blue guys you had there. Are they still up in the store as well? Like the S310?
No.
No, no,
Can't hear
they're
you, bro.
gone. Oh fuck!
Oh no. He was asking if the other figures were still up in the shop. I can hear you, Crumbs.
Yeah, so I still have S310s. I have about 7 of these guys left. I
Perfect.
think I have about 5 blanks left of this guy, and I have I think another 4 blanks of the 3PA5. There's no more KOS. KOS is I guess he retired. Now this is requested for a custom paint job.
Nice.
So I know I have about 2, 3 guys requesting different paint jobs. I still got to work on those.
Nice. Yeah,
But,
dude, those one-offs that you've been putting out are super, super sick. Anything else you want to let anybody know before you head on out of here, man? We're just over an hour right now. That went by pretty damn quick.
yeah, no, I did. That was a really good show.
What?
No, not really. Just keep an eye out, get some toys. Uh, I just appreciate for everybody tuning in. Appreciate you guys for having me on.
Yeah,
Definitely means a
absolutely,
lot.
man. For sure, man. That's Louis from Unhinged Toys. Drop on Friday. Follow him at is it Unhinged? Dude, you got so many accounts out there, bro. What's the one that people should be going to?
It's the unhingedtoys.co. Yeah, because
Okay.
that last account I'm like I guess I tricked the algorithm, fucked up the algorithm. So now it's just I feel it just I confused it because going from tattoos to toys. So it's just like I
Oh,
don't know who
gotcha.
to push this shit to.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, this is dead. Let me make a new account. So yeah, it's unhingedtoys.co. And that's where you can see all the work, all the new drops, drawings, you know, up to date with all the stuff I'm, pumping out.
Nice. Well, right on, man. Thanks for coming in, dude. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll keep an eye out for the stuff, man. We'll take a look at it next week and check back in with you here sometime soon, man. But thanks for being on, dude. Really appreciate you, Louis.
No, man, anytime. Thanks for having me on.
You got it, buddy.
All right, but you can hear me, right?
I can hear you. Yeah,
This is so
I can hear
weird,
you.
man.
I know,
What a
dude. You
weird
know
on.
what? It's something with StreamYard tonight. I don't know what it is.
It is because,
Um,
admittedly, I don't know when you signed in if it was the same for you, but it was given like a brand new prompt and it did up. We don't
yeah,
need to talk about Streamyard. This isn't a show about Streamyard.
dude.
Honestly, though, if anybody isn't already following Louis over at Unhinged Toys Co., go give them a follow. Obviously, you guys saw that some of the work they've been putting out is absolutely insane. Beautiful freaking sculpts, gorgeous paint apps, and I'm kind of excited to see what's in the holster, man. Like we just saw so many different styles of art from that individual that it's like, okay, what else are you sitting on?
Oh my god, dude. Looking at some of his older stuff, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, oh, dude, you need to talk to Abe. You know what I mean? Like you need to talk to Abe and like get a Kickstarter going for something like that or like build something one of those up because some of those look like fucking home runs, no doubt, dude. And we didn't even get into vinyl. I didn't
That's
even
all I could
ask.
think.
Like,
That one with the big giant gun and the big cords on the back and the smaller feet. All I could think is like vinyl. That like as
dude,
much as you're talking about how that's gonna be a lot of resin, it'd be a pain to cast. All I could think is vinyl.
yeah, dude, and even some of those other ones, I'm just like, oh man, like a vinyl line of those would be really cool. And some of them look. What's really crazy to me, dude, is like that work looks super good, and it is so different than what he's doing now. It's very much that you look at it and you're just like, oh, designer toy, kid robot, something like that, or where it's just got that designer toy look to it. And the stuff that he's doing now, dude. When you look at these, like, okay, so this is all like original sculpt, hand painted 5 POA.
They're insane.
Dude,
That's factory level. Like, and it always
yes.
sucks when you try and say that because let's be real, most of our homies actually do better than some of the factories. When I say that's factory level, that's like the Healy made Raider factory level. You
Yes.
know,
A
like
100%, dude.
fuck, dude.
100% is if someone handed this to me and I didn't know anything about anything, I would look at that and they would say, where do you think I got that? I'd be like, I don't know. obviously a toy store, a store that carries toys. Take your pick on who you want it to be, but that does not look like something that somebody made,
No.
just thought up at home and from scratch, and then it's
And you're
nuts, dude. Like the paint, like you can't see.
that Spawn
Uh,
piece that you have of his is so fucking badass, dude.
oh, dude. And you know what, man? And I bought this one because the other ones were selling so fast. I was like, damn, dude. He did like a
Yeah.
Skeletor one that was super sick, but
Well,
you know,
even that blue limb purple body guy you have, you're gonna tell me that ain't Skeletor?
that's why I got him. For sure. That's why I got him. But yeah, dude, even this one is like a it's like a couple different you can barely see the different color change, but this one it's got a
It's
good name to it, dude.
pearlescent.
Yeah, dude, and I think this one was called like Dirty Money or something like that. And in person, that's very much what it looks like, dude. It looks like a weird, kind of older something on a USD, you know. But
Oh, they're
dude,
so good.
super talented man, and I could see, you know, it's crazy, dude, because you can once you start putting everything together and this goes for any artist, dude, because we hear it time and time again where they're really trying to push another medium that they have, in this case the comic book. But you know, when you're not getting paid for that, where does the time come in, you know, especially when you're really putting a lot of effort into this other area, and you know that these things aren't made quickly.
Time,
um
money, energy, man.
Time, money,
Straight up.
energy. Self-taught on ZBrush, dude.
Yeah. And you know, it's tough because again, there's so much of their world they're building there that like we've seen it. You said it's a home run, man. Like
Yeah.
I think of some of the Glyos figures that I've seen out there in the world. I think of some of the like actual commercial toys out there. Fuck the Final Faction figures. Like he's really got, and not in a way where it's, you've robbed or taken or stolen, but in a world of like, yeah, you get it. You get like what a good toy looks like. You understand
Yes.
what kids and people like to handle and play with. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, and I think that's it. That's a really, I think that's a common theme, dude, from the beginning of the stuff that he made. Like he showed that little Keshi piece, and I'm just like looking at that, like I'm like, hold up. Like we breezed over that real quick, but I'm like, hold up, dude, let's go back to that. That was an original sculpt that you did. Like I could see that thing in a bunch of different scales. And then even if you got up to like, you know, a bigger scale, seeing that in a vinyl, that would be dope, dude. Those chickens that he had, what was that? What was that, dude? And I thought he said, like, hey, we were sitting around the shop one day, and I'm guessing like the tattoo shop, and
Yeah.
they were talking about different stuff to draw, and they came up with like these different chickens. They start showing it, and I'm just like, damn, dude. Well, that's a hell of a start. You know, that's those are great. You know,
That's just it. Like, and what's so trippy is like, I like with a dude's brain like that, you're almost like, why aren't you working for a company that does this? Because it is too much for one brand to undertake to have action figures and these little cashies and these freaking other pieces. But you're like, well, you know, if you were just designing for someone, that would be a whole toy line right there of all the chickens that they,
yeah,
blind boxes or fucking um, just like Mumessa, the fucking cows in Mumessa and stuff. It's like, yeah,
yeah.
like there's a market there for those, and if you were working for somebody who was basically funding all that, suddenly it's not as if the Unhinged Toyco brand is attached to all this weird thing, and people are like Pickle Lane. It's like, no, 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 just you've got an eye, produce cool shit.
Dude, straight up, man. And I mean, like, if I'm a toy company, dude, and I get this in my hands, and I'm saying, like, damn, somebody made this at home from A to Z. You know what I mean?
No,
I'd
that's
probably want
so
to talk to
good.
that person about doing some work for the, you know, whatever toy company that is, dude. But you get like the design is there, the paint is there, dude. Even like his thought process of like not doing the faces, I think was, you know, was really smart. And then you can still get a ton of different looks just by doing that the visor in a different color, dude. That's, I mean, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy that it's like this is so fucking good. The quality on it's crazy, dude. The quality's crazy. The Glyos part or Glyos like articulation, bro, it's some of the best shit that I have as far as
Yeah.
that kind of articulation goes. I'm talking like the tolerance on it is it, Fletch, you watch your sassy mouth. They did. I agree. I agree. But the fact that it's not Halo and that it's all original is, I mean, dope,
Well,
dude.
I mean, at this point in that, you could be like anything with a visor is Halo looking. You know?
Yeah, for sure. And it's got that, that whatever look to it. But dude, you think of what he can do if he's doing that with like the um hero type guys in that. Dude, think about what he could do with like some enemies or some sort of like monster.
Well, that's just they even mentioned, right? And we saw it a little bit. They've got that ability to do a lot of that, like more organic, and then they've also got the ability to also do like the more, what do they call it? Solid. I can't even remember. My tiny little brain
No,
doesn't retain enough.
it wasn't a knock, Fletch. We know that. We were just, if you remember what he said earlier in his interview, he said people relating it to Halo, and that kind
It's
of
not
set him
fucking
off.
Halo.
Yeah, it's not fucking Halo.
Uh,
So that's why I said that. But yeah, dude, it's got that a little bit of that feel to it. But like I said, I think the fact that it's original is even
Hard surface. Thank you, Unhinged, dude.
is even better. Yeah.
um, B, dude. Let's see some of those goodies you got sitting beside there, my friend.
Oh,
Because
dude.
we could be talking
Yes.
about Unhinged, I think, all night, and we're probably gonna be talking about them next week as well when we're looking at the drop that comes out on Friday. So
For sure, man. I think I think he's one of those artists, dude, who it's like, I really think like the right people see him,
I hope
or
so.
one person see him, and they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, hey, dude, I need to get a hold of that dude. Yes,
I think they deserve only good things.
for sure. Agree. Let's take a look at some stuff. All right.
You've got some weird toxic crusader looking Ninja Turtle fuck over there that has been tripping me out all evening.
Oh man. Oh, dude, from Joseph Harmon. My
What
goodness, dude.
is that?
That is so cool, dude. The colorway on this, in his description on when he posted it, he referenced Kimmy Gibbler, who was the neighbor from Full House. But anyways, dude, this is so sick. This was my first Joseph Harmon piece. This is a vinyl piece. It is so freaking cool, man.
It's trippy, dude. That is
Yeah.
such a whack sculpt.
Oh man, it is super super cool. I love this one. This is out in a bunch of different colorways. Joseph Harbin from the United States. It's very very cool, man. This one I can't remember what the run number was on this. It is articulated, in the arms and then in the head. But this is one of those ones, dude. Like with under the different paint schemes, you get a really different feel for each character. But you got the extra glove there. Dude, I love this one. Very, very cool. Joseph Harmon on that one again. Bam. Um,
Is that on a yellow vinyl too? Like you almost never see that
yeah,
yellow vinyl.
it's like the translucent yellow. Yeah,
Hmm.
but that color, dude. Oh my God! Right when I
No, he's
saw this,
fun.
I was like, man, what a time to snag your first Joseph Harmon piece, dude.
Weird. Oh, that's fun.
Outside.
Good grab, dog.
Love that one. Check this one out, dude. So he's got a line going, of course. First of all, the packaging too, dude. I mean, ain't this great? Look at that. Action toy. That's the header card for it.
That's freaking funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
clever.
Yeah. How about this one, dude? This is another Joseph Harmon. That's Salad Boy. Look at the paint on that, dude.
What the
Woo-hoo.
Oh, get out of here with the little shorts.
Oh my goodness, dude.
That's too funny.
Yeah,
What in
dude.
the fuck, man?
Articulated, but dude, the paint on this is just super. Look at
It's
that.
almost like it's got like the creature gills on the side. Like what the hell?
So awesome, dude. Just in some swim trunks and shit. Very cool, dude. I love this one. It came with this sticker. This is the next one that I'm going to get. He's got this guy is Carl. He's the Fly. But he's got a vinyl figure of this as well.
Carl
But
looks pretty fucking jokes.
yeah, dude, that whole line is awesome, dude. Joseph Harmon, he's got a ton of followers, man. Uh, if you're not following, give him a follow, or at least take a look in his store and see what he's got going on, man. There's stuff painted by other artists, but the stuff that that whole line is super super cool. Next one, man, we'll do another vinyl.
That
Uh,
that moth guy you had reminds me of. I don't know if you used to watch Octane Hunger Force, but when they're the big light, and is that what all? Is
yeah,
that what he's from potentially? And he's like, "Yo, turn back on that light," and it's that big giant moth is banging on their roof because he has the big
I
light.
have no idea.
All right.
I have no idea.
Now
uh,
I'm gonna go digging. Let's see this other vinyl you got.
Yeah, cool. So this one is from, speaking of craftsman, Steady Crafting, dude. Check that one out. Um, it's hard to see, but the head actually has like some, yeah, you can kind of see it there. Um, through the bag. I honestly don't know why I haven't taken this out of the bag yet. It's probably just because it looks so sharp uh, in the bag. But when I posted the unboxing of this, um, somebody had commented about the feel of his figures, and I agree, man. They are very soft, and it's got a really different feel to it, but it's great, dude. It's really, really nice. I saw in his stories that he posted, it was just one of those ask me a question, and somebody asked him about that, and I thought he said that whatever it is, the thickness or whatever it is with vinyl, I'm not quite sure how that works. He uses something a little bit thinner or
Mm.
less density, or I'm not sure what it is, but it was referring to how soft that is.
Mm.
But man, very
Well,
cool, dude.
if I'm not mistaken, their son designed the figure, their daughter designed the header card. Like, that's just such a fucking sick project to be able to have on your belt with your fam, dude.
Agree, dude. And I believe, it actually says it right here. Artwork by Craft's daughter, original
Yeah,
sculpt by Craft's son, digital resculpt by Motley Mist Creations, vinyl casting by Craftsman. How about that, dude? What a sweet collab. But yeah, dude, a family
absolutely.
piece, right? Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's really, really neat.
Very cool. The bubblegum body on that too. Nice, man.
Oh, pink and blue
Um,
always look good.
Of course, dude. And it fits right in with the collection too, man. There's a shelf that I have going that's, almost strictly pink and blue. Lots of pink, but that's where this guy will sit for sure. Very cool. These usually go pretty quick, man. There are some other ones
Yeah.
that were sold out. This one, funny enough, man, the ones that were sold out already, I think I would have chosen this one either way. But yeah, very cool, man, and nice price too. This not very much. I can't even remember how much they were, but it was enough to not remember how much it was. You know what I mean?
It didn't stand out.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because I'm going to forget it and it's going to bother me. Moth Monster Man.
Moth Monster Man. Okay.
That's what that Craig piece is reminding me of now. Is this
Carl.
Moth
Yeah,
Monster
yeah.
Man. Carl,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Gotcha. Yeah.
There you go.
Gibbler is a great reference to that one. Yeah, dude. I agree with that. Let's see. Bam. Okay. Next. How about this one, dude? Green plastic tunnels. Look at that, dude. Now,
What did he call this one again?
oh man, this one was called "Somebody Help Me Out." That's not what it's called.
I'm gonna look.
I posted the unboxing of this. In the unboxing, you couldn't really see the teeth, which I think is probably the coolest part of the sculpt. The Observer. No, that's not what this is. Just kidding.
Surfacer.
Surfacer. There you go.
There you go.
But dude, with green plastic tunnels, for me, dude, it's all about the colors and then these stands that he puts them on, dude. This one almost looks like a pile of like shale. Um, but green plastic tunnel stuff always gives you a certain feel. Um, with all of his pieces, dude. And this is no different here. That's a sick one.
Yeah, real interesting.
Yeah. I love the color combo, the kind of lighter blue with the yellow. With the yellow, dude, even in resin, I don't have a lot of yellow pieces, man, for whatever reason. I just, especially when they're all yellow like this, but the detail in the sculpt on that dude is just super cool. Love that one. GPT, green plastic tunnels. There may be some of these left in his shop. You'll have to take a look. The run was, I don't know how, there wasn't very many, but I think I got in there a little bit after they went on sale, and there was still a few left. So check those out. Green plastic tunnels.
You gotta love the. I'm just looking at the sculpt post of it, and leave it to Chicken Burger Disco to be like, is that the atmosphere of Jupiter? And for green plastic tunnels to be like, that was a major part of the inspiration. It's like, fuck off, you two weirdos.
There you go, man. See, and that's the thing, dude. Like, you could look at that. I probably never would have even picked up on that. Other people pick
Right.
up on it right away. When I look at it, I see something completely different. And I think that's, I think one of the first things that turned me on to him was his color palette that he was using. And dude, it's that like 1980s, 1970s Tupperware palette, dude. The greens and the browns and the oranges and the mustard yellow and stuff like that. That stuff, no matter what the actual piece is, I mean, not even to go into the history of the sculpting and his dad and that, if you go down that line, that's a whole other reason to collect these pieces, because of the sculpting and the pedigree that comes along with those, man. But it's just a really, they're fun pieces to collect, man. They're those ones where people come across and you kind of stop and look at them for a while, and it's like, what's that? Hey, dude, it can be whatever you want it to be. That's part of the fun with those. But the other part is, I mean, I guess what everybody says about art, right? Like, as long as it gets you thinking like that of what is that, and it could be this, and maybe they meant that, or what does it mean to you? Dude, mission accomplished, right? Like, that's kind of what you're looking for there.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
So this one is a Goopy Demon. This is the first piece for me by Scumbag Gang. Bam, that's a nice header card, man. It's got a really nice feel to it. Yeah, really cool. This one was a run of 5. This one was 1 of 5.
Nice.
Sticker right there, bang. On IG, there's Scumbag Gang 666, I believe what they are. But there's that. And this is the Goopy Demon. Look at that, dude.
The colors.
Oh, the colors, dude. That's what got me right away, man. But so there wasn't very many posts on this. It is hollow. They did show I think it was a post or two about the just kind of the sculpt on the screen. So it is 3D sculpted. But man, it is nice, dude. I like that. I don't know if there's any of those left, but that's a cool little piece, man. Dig that.
Yeah, I like how bulbous it is. Now, if it's hollow, I guess like there's adjusted the infill on the print. I was trying to figure out for a second, like, how the fuck did they do that part? But damn, I like that. It's so smooth for how marbled that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Scumbag Gang 666 on IG is that one. Sick though, man. Really cool look. I could see that. Speaking of vinyl, dude, I could see that in a vinyl. You know what I mean? All day.
Yeah, that would definitely translate well into vinyl.
Nice.
Finger puppet.
Scumbag Gang 666. Boom. Last but certainly not least, Rated Art Studio, aka D Pruitt. Bam. Nice little setup as usual. If you're not following Rated Arts, follow Rated Arts. If you follow D Pruitt and you're not following Rated Arts, you got half of the recipe right. You got to follow D Pruitt and you got to follow Rated Arts. Rated Arts is the studio, or Rated Art Studio is the Etsy store where they sell the products out of. And there's a bunch of other stuff on there too. So check that out. Like I said, if you're following D Pruitt, you need to be following Rated Arts. Get with the program. Bam, cool little sticker there. Check that out. Very cool. Dude. So this one, oh my goodness. Yeah, dude. Okay, this is super legit.
Yeah, those new skellies are gorgeous. Oh, no way.
Yeah, dude. Grimy glowing skeleton action figure. Damn, that thing lit up right away.
Yeah, that's radioactive.
Yeah, super cool, man. I did an unboxing video of this too. I haven't posted it yet. Maybe I'll do that one tomorrow. But dude, this is I love the formula that he's got going on with these, dude. Not just these figures, but like the whole, 3.75 bagged up. Night. It's a smaller bag. You know what I mean? So it's just a really clean looking package. The price is always right, dude. I'm up to probably one, two, three, four, maybe 4 to 5 figures now, and every one of them, dude. The price is right, and it's just money every time, dude. And I'm contemplating keeping some of these in the bag just because, dude, that is such a cool little setup. You know what I mean? I don't think it, I don't want to say it loses anything when you take it out of the bag, but I think the packaging on these just adds so much to it. I like that presentation, man. I like displaying it like this. Um,
Makes it
I
very
don't-
rack toy.
it does. It really does, man. And there's quite a few things that I've bought recently that I've left in the package because I like that look, dude. And now, I used to open everything, but now you can totally see. Uh, yes, yes. I was gonna say also the work with Folklore too, man. If you're not on that Antithesis series, um, dude, you got to get on that. When those come out, those things usually sell. Those are really small runs, and those usually sell pretty darn quick. But check out Jimmy Folklore. Also, the work that he's done with Rokamashu on that other figure, the 5.5 style, then kind of shrunk it down a little bit. But D Pruitt, dude, that dude is way nice. But these are great, dude. Like I said, the overall package of these. I love the header card. It's just cool, man. Let's check out that glow one more time. I don't know if these ones were all one-offs. These was a pretty nice little run that came out recently. And like I said, Rated Arts Studio. If you're following D Pruitt, you need to be following Rated Arts. Bam. Nice, dude. Nice looking piece. For the nice price, man. These things are priced to sell.
Nice.
You're gonna be happy with it, I promise.
Speaking of price to sell, we were even just talking about Folklore, and I mean, Homeboy just sold out of this whole run here, 30 USD. We never see
Bro.
that anymore.
Oh God. I
But
know.
congratulations, by the way, folk man, on selling out of those. Hell yeah.
A series of one-offs, dude. Yeah, man. You know what is like the worst feeling for me is when you see a claim post and then you see how many comments are on there, and you're just like, oh man. I hope
Never
those are just
mind.
like, hey, those are cool comments, and they're not, dude. It was like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, well, missed those. Those are great, Jimmy. Those
They
are
were
very
fun.
cool, dude.
Yeah, knocked it out of the park with those, man.
Jazzy. I think Jazz bought that one too.
Did you see this fucking shit?
I did, dude. He's on it. He's
Yeah.
on it, dude. We talked about it getting out there quick. Gotta jump on it, man.
You gotta, man. I love those
Yeah.
jokes. Full handcrafted resin clay figure mounted on a 6x9 handmade card back with a non-AI digital design. Signed on back and numbered 101. 25 plus shipping. US only right now. DMF interested. Handmade art. Minor imperfections exist. But yeah, dude, I literally had to stare at this ass for like 5 or 10 minutes trying to figure out if he actually used icing and gumdrops or if those were painted on there.
I think he used real ones.
I like I said, I was staring at it for like a good 10 minutes. Also, Spanky Stokes, thanks to you, dude, doing a big old fucking roundup of designer con. Those ice cream men, I don't know how those are, but they were sick. But yes, honestly, if anybody missed out on Designer Con, there was artists that you knew were going to be there that you were hoping to grab some stuff from. This is like the best week to be trying to hit up their stores and their DMs to see if there's anything left over from DCon. Boom. And Tomsky figure. Dude, do you see this?
Bro. That video is so nice, dude. And what's the funniest part about it, if anybody hasn't watched that little video, it's like the different stages of the painting and how he lays it on. But it's very funny, dude, because he's very calm about it. Then when he gets to the end, he's just like, now I got to do it like 12 more fucking times. But you can see how much that's going to be a dope ass. I mean, you saw the card back for that, dude? The moth wings?
Yeah.
Oh,
As soon as I saw
man.
the moth, I knew. And I was like, doing a run? As soon as I saw those card backs all cut like that, I was like, dude, as if you're doing a run of this. Fuck off. Yeah, Tomsky figures is just on a whole, they're just different. They make some weird things in the best way.
Dude, and they're on another level, dude. They're like Luke Mockridge or
They
Tomsky
remind me.
figures, dude. if you look at Tomsky's Figures page, the stuff you're like, you'd remember some of the stuff, but you're just like, holy shit, dude.
This one might have been the most insane thing I've ever seen them make, dude. When it turns
Oh
in
my
the
God.
wolf fly that turns into an actual wolf head, like fuck
Yes.
right off. Speaking of artists that are kind of like under the radar that somehow
Ooh,
slipped right
yes.
through, I don't know if you've seen these guys, Stone Age Madrid. Look at they've
Nice.
already got fucking what 5 sculpts under their belt.
Those are
And
nice, dude. Yes.
they're neat. They've been doing it since like 2022. This guy here, it looks like.
Yeah, there's another one that I really like too, man. It was I just saw somebody post some of them. Oh, hey, there's a Naomi Naff piece up there in the middle in the red. Yeah, that's
Touche.
a Naomi Naff piece
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there. Yeah, yeah, nice.
Painted a Naomi Naff. Boom. Toys on Tap is actually dropping 2 new fresh claws as well. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh,
These are gonna be
nice.
dropping Friday, 9 a.m. PST. Looks like we've got a flocked one. And then, do you think this one here is actually
Ooh.
silvered?
I don't know, dude, but the flocked one, good call on that. I did not read that and see that that is flocked. That's a very nice idea. I like that. Mm.
Mossman?
Why not? Why
Eh,
or just a flocked Godzilla hand?
right. I don't
Dude,
know
that
if
thing
you
got.
guys caught.
Do you see how fast that thing got funded, dude?
Fucking right, dude.
Oh
Congratulations,
my
guys.
goodness.
I know you guys already had them in hand, but that does not mean that the project was fruitful, shall we say. So I'm
Oh,
really, really glad to see that you guys just nailed this, man. Everything that they ended up doing from Abe over at Toys on Tap, making sure that they were basically doing the runs. Obviously, homie over at Depressed Monsters actually put in quite a lot of work as well. He's also quite the character. If you guys aren't already following him, absolutely a treat of an individual.
well said, dude. He's a funny dude, man. We had a really good time with him. Toys
They
and
were
Tits
on the
says love
ball.
that Kappa from Stone Age Madrid. That's the piece that I was saying that I like. That Kappa. I've seen some of those custom painted. Those are very very nice, dude. What
You
is
seen this
this?
new guy?
Weird Kid Club? Is that right? Yes.
Yeah, man. Look how fun
Yeah.
this little weird frog dude is.
Yeah.
He's another one that he just pumps out vinyl. He's got that pickle monster. He's got the like the moon kaiju. It's like, damn, man, you put out a
Yeah.
lot.
A dude, and oh yeah. Well, they
Fuck,
have
he's fun.
now. Do they run the store down there? This is not a
I
toy
believe
store.
I believe they're part of This Is Not a Toy Store. Yeah, they're
Right.
part of like
Right.
of
Right.
3, I believe.
Yeah, speaking of vinyl stuff from Australia, dude, watch out for that titty bean drop on Friday,
Damn. Yeah, I'm
everybody.
glad you mentioned that. I keep on seeing it on my own time. I keep on actually forgetting to bring this up. So I'm glad you actually just mentioned that. I didn't realize it was dropping on Friday, but hell yeah.
Yeah,
Etsy on
dude.
Friday, 2606, 11 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time. Oh. For any of the homies who've been following Titty for a while, you know that like a soft vinyl has been like a long time in the making at the back of their brain there. So it's nice to see them just fucking put something out that they're hopefully proud of, man.
Oh man, we've seen him, dude. Think about like when 2020-ish, where he was at in 2020 to where he is now, dude. It's just like you talk about going like all out on anything that he's done, dude. I mean, when he first started, dude, there was like no digital sculpt
Yeah.
and another self-taught digital sculptor, dude. There's another one for
Um,
you, but dude,
Good
it's
call on
just
Fletch. So Melbourne time will actually be Thursday. So this will probably end up being tomorrow. Yeah.
oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, because
okay,
he's got 11 a.m. Melbourne time. I think we're 15 hours ahead of them. No, behind them. And then
okay,
you're 3 on top, so you're about 18. Yeah, I would
okay,
definitely look at a clock converter before you wake up late and
yeah,
miss any.
yeah. Those are probably gonna go pretty fast, man. I mean, gosh, dude, I was digging through some old pictures the other day, man, and came across some of the old stuff that and it's just there's so much good shit from him, dude. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like even before, like the resin stuff before the digital sculpting was out of this
was top
world.
notch. Yeah,
Yes,
it's only gotten better and better and better and better. Yeah,
which is crazy.
yeah. I think for a lot of us, you just like, dude, I love this. Seeing the two different
Oh,
Frankenstalkers, the kit bashed to the 3D sculpted, it's like, motherfuck, yeah.
but bro, the old school, like that one right there is fucking phenomenal. But the
Always.
the the OG Frankenstocker probably might be it's in my top three
Mm,
bootleg characters that I have. You know what I mean? For
damn.
sure. It's just that was such a fun figure to collect,
Yeah.
dude. You
Yeah,
know what I
and
mean?
it was a good time. It was a good time in
It
Resin
was, dude.
Toys.
Yeah. The sword was detachable, magnetic, remember?
Yeah.
And then it came with an extra head and the painted ones, bro. The painted ones. Anyways.
Another thing happening on Friday, 7 p.m. Central. Gonna be doing a claim sale of all these fucking badasses.
Dope,
I know we
dude.
haven't stopped talking about these for like 3 weeks now, but
I know.
they've got them all up and they're teasing the fact they're gonna be putting them up for claim sale. So of course we got to show it again.
I love that idea too, dude, of
It's always
uh
fun when you do that. Hand out a bunch of things to a bunch of different makers
yeah,
and have their ideas on it.
yeah. Well, this
It
is
was
coming out
July
soon, right?
14th. Yeah,
A
yeah.
couple weeks on this, yeah.
These are just fun, man. The sculpt is really fun. I really like this character.
Yeah, the sculpt is really fun. You know, the other thing that it's coming out, I think it's coming out this Friday, is that Moon King and Moon
July
Dawn. Yes, dude.
July
Oh,
1st. So
goodness.
that'll actually be next Wednesday.
I, dude, that pink purple on there is just so fresh. Oh, with the yellow
The
highlights
little I
on
was
it.
gonna say, and the little bit of like
Mm.
fucking weird green shot into the eyes. Yeah, man. Oh,
Ooh,
here we
nice. Okay.
go.
Okay.
Slipshod Average dropping some cashies if they work out for them Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Boom. What else we
Oh,
got
dude, I
sitting
need
on
to get
here?
one of them Goblin Kings, dude. Those things are that new run is looking way nice, man. I need to snag one. I'm glad he made more.
Yeah, for anybody who's not familiar, Slipshod's actually Brynwood Creations. And we pulled these up last week as well near the end because look at these fucking monstrosities.
Oh man.
That's just so fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, and even
Oh,
selling the
what? Get
ones
out of
that
here
are
with this stupid guy. Get out of
I
here.
know,
Sorry.
dude. Oh man. And the even selling the ones at a discounted price, the seconds I would consider those, right? Very upfront saying there's a little bubble, dude. I love that because people still
because
oh man.
because there's tons of times people just want one. If they just
Yeah.
want one and that like is how they can get one, then hell, like that's how they're gonna do it.
And sometimes when it's handmade, dude, I know this is kind of your style sometimes, dude. Like when if there's a fuck up, yeah, give me the fuck up one, dude.
Give me the
You know
fuck
what I
up
mean?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, dude, like I would rather have that one than the one that's perfect.
Yeah.
Secret Society. I don't know if you were a Space
Dude.
Ghost fan, but I love these fucking booties, man. And it was smart that they went with the actual translucent version, glow in the dark version, classic version. It's like
Dude, this one is so good that I did not watch that. I'll be honest, I didn't watch it and I didn't follow it. But when I saw that, I was like, I'd buy that. Went to their store and it was like, those are sold out. And I
of
don't know how long they
course.
had been sold out for, probably for a while, but
3 days ago they posted. So I mean,
those were gone. I almost right away, dude. Those are cool. The clear, I
yeah,
don't know. The clear is the newest one, but the other two, those things went real quick. Those are so cool, man.
yeah. Space Ghost Coast to Coast is absolutely one of like the best, man. I don't know if you've seen these. Stoked on Gravy. I've
I
never
have
seen
never
this
seen this,
piece.
dude.
Yeah, man. So this character is named Gravy.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of how I felt. 470 followers for some reason.
New one. Mm.
But what's kind of neat is they're doing where was it? They're doing a drop. Is it here? Here we go. Heavy crawlers. So they've sided with Isle of Misfit Toys, and it looks like they've got a whole bunch of artists who have actually done their own versions of it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah.
So it looks like Isle of Misfits Toys is going to be
Oh,
dropping a
gotcha.
bunch of artist
Mhm.
collab versions of that sculpt. Oh, for frick's sakes.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Saturday the 27th at 8 p.m.
Sweet.
Yeah. Again, like it's always weird to me when we pull up an account and they've got like 470 followers, and you're making vinyl. Okay.
Yeah. There's those are vinyl?
Well, now you've got me wondering, but I'm like 99% positive that it's a vinyl piece.
Okay, cool.
No,
Nice.
Resin figures. Hey, there we go.
Resin,
I
okay.
know?
Yeah, no, so cool
But
though. You said there was a really low number I counted. I've seen a few like that. I think that we've followed recently that are just they're just starting off, and I love to see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I think everybody loves to see that, dude. It means it keeps on going. But yeah, dude, people popping up all the time.
I still think they've gotten vinyl made of this. I'm determined to find out. I'm going to look into that further later.
Yeah, we can pretend.
Sir collects a lot with a Burt Cobain.
Burt Cobain, Sir
Burt
Collector.
Cobain.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Another smaller toy. This guy is actually going to be over in
dude.
Spain. Wazer Roots. Ready with a batch of French ET injection molded plastic.
Yeah, injection molded, dude. Interesting, huh?
It is. And I like how some of them don't even bother having the stupid eyes glued on.
Yeah,
they kind of look really creepy with just the flat domes.
Yeah, agreed.
They would actually probably look really creepy if you painted just huge eyeballs. Anyways, Gloopy Goblin actually has some pieces left over from Decon. They've popped up into the store. They've got a couple of their ceramics as well as a couple of the resin pieces as well. So if you've been looking to try and get your hands on some of that, head on over to Gloopy Goblin store. We've talked about the toys on Tap Claws. We've got a retro gimmick dropping this creature from the algae-infested reflection pool, 60 plus 5.
He's had quite a few new things coming out.
Yeah, retro gimmick's on a roll right now, it seems.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess when it rains, it pours, right? Ooh. That's from 2023.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it! That's too fucking good.
Yeah.
The Mana Minion, of course it's sold. Whoever has that, go fight yourself in a mirror. Bam. Jay Mashinder. So if anything, this guy stumbled into my lap today. It seems as if they do a bunch of the Mashinder pieces, and yes, if you want to rip on how I'm saying that, please feel free. And sometimes they're doing them, it looks like in this like 3D resin print, sometimes resin. But look at these dudes.
Yeah, I think he was at Decon. We just started following them. Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Something about this Anchor Bay is just fucking really fun to me.
Yeah.
What else we got in the old roster tonight? Oh, and then we had Jimmy Folklore, who we actually congratulated on their sellout. And there we go. There's tabs. Right at 10:52.
Look at that, man. Nice timing. Nice timing. That was a good show, dude. Unhinged Toys. Again, man. Get over to his page and buy some of that stuff, man. I'm telling you, it's very, very nice stuff. As a collector, man, to see him in the case like that, it's I mean, you know, it's a good one.
He's one of those makers that, again, dude, like they've got that drive. They seem to know exactly what they're up to. I just hope that they see some success. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I think that's such a common theme with everybody, dude. Isn't it funny, man? We look at it and we're just like, you wish you could just snap your fingers and make more people aware of what's going on, because you know that if they saw it, they would be impressed, dude. You know what I mean? And you know that if they knew the process and like the level of talent it takes to get from zero to something like this, you know, it's like,
I'm sure you've been there. What's so tough is there are individuals who have been at my house countless times. You talk to them about indie toys all the time, and it might be like the 50th, 60th, 70th time that all of a sudden they're like, oh, they made those? And you're like, yes, like that they sculpted that from scratch. And they're like, oh, and you're like, yes. And then you explain the molds, and they're like, what? You can do that? And you're like, okay, this is why you weren't as impressed before. Before you came in, you saw everything, you were like, yeah, that's neat, that's cool. Because you didn't quite understand, and without hating, but it's kind of just like, yo, like, yeah, like, homeboy sculpting up those fucking chicken pieces, right? The average person doesn't know that that might be so freaking hard until you pick up some clay and you go to try it, and then you're like, holy fuck, this is really hard.
You know what, man? And I think what you said is one of the other conundrums about just kind of the scene in general, dude. We've been talking about it for the last 4 years, man. Is that process and how I think there's so much that runs together there, dude. Like the time and the effort and all that stuff, dude. I think if you know that, that will, if you have like what you would consider a higher end price, or if someone says, oh man, that's expensive, like I think it's a way easier pill to swallow, or you almost want to buy it, or you might even see that price that you initially thought was high. You might even see that as not very much all of a sudden because you know the process that they went through, dude. How many people are out there that walk by your table and see that stuff, know that process or want to know that process, or do you have time to say that process too? And some people don't care, dude. Some people see something and they're just like, that's cool, I don't care how it's made or where it's from or who did it, it's just cool and I want to buy it. And that stuff's out there too. But I think like the real meat of what we're doing here is the artist and how it got from A to Z, and the value that, you know, that translates into dollars. You know, if you want to see it that way, man, like you could see that as justifying, you know, a higher price stuff and all the work that goes into it. Sure. There's a lot that goes into it, I think, but like I said, man, I think that if a lot of people knew, more people knew exactly what was going on, I think there would be a deeper appreciation for it, you know, for sure. And it's not only this community, right, dude? There's probably a whole bunch of different stuff when you start thinking about how stuff is made and designed, and you know, the people where it starts from scratch. I mean, you could probably have a deeper appreciation for pretty much anything when you think about, you know, the beginnings of it, right? But for artists even more, man, because there's people attached to that. I mean, of course there's a product that we see, but then there's also people and humans and stories and families and ups and downs and trials and tribulations and failures and successes, and that's what it's all about, dude. I mean, for me it is. I mean, then that definitely adds something into wanting to own the piece, whether sometimes you like it
So
or not, you know.
I'm gonna drop this guy because this individual that made this piece was the very first toy interaction that I had in Toronto, and I've talked about it before. I went into the collective. It's just like a paint and art supply store. The guy who was working there just happened to know the dudes from Toronto. We got talking about resin
Mm.
toys and shit. So when he reached a point that he released a toy, I wanted to have his toy. Like, you're like, hell yeah, man! You were the first person I met down here that I was able to
Yeah.
actually talk about resin toys and Toy Ronto, and you knew what I was talking about, and you had been to some of those shows, and now you're at this Toy Riot show and or Toronto Toy Riot show, and you have pieces you've made now. Of course, I need to have
Yeah.
one of those. Like, it's like, damn, yeah, like there's just certain pieces that you kind of need them, you know. Um,
Yeah.
it is what
But
it is, man.
exactly, man. Yeah, I agree, dude. And there's some stuff that you want to buy from somebody, no matter what it is, just, you know, to support them, you know, as a fan and as a friend and as a collector or whatever it may be, you know.
I think we try not to do those ones though. The you know, I think for the most part most of us are pretty good for avoiding because well, and actually, so here's what's the trippy part. We could do a whole show on this. You might try and argue or justify that the purchase was made because you wanted to support that person, but that piece now sits proudly on your shelf with a story and a memory and a link to that person. And so, as much as you maybe initially thought you were buying it because you thought you were like, oh, it's a homie, I want to help them out. Well, but they're a homie and their work's on your shelf.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing weird about that. That's something you get to look at all the time, and you're like, fuck yeah, that's so and so. So and so made that. This is when I got it. Like, it still has that link to a time. It's still a memory. So it's like, I don't think pity buys really exist anymore.
Yeah, I think you know, you're right, dude. You're right. It's you know, when I first started posting pictures, I would really put Because that's a huge factor in why I'm buying it is like what kind of connection do I have to it, whether it's like a person or a period of time or a place or a musician or whatever it may be, a movie, character, pop, whatever. You know what I mean? Um, it's I don't know, man. There's so much there to like you said, dude. We could do a probably 5 episodes back to back on why we buy certain things, dude. But that's a huge part of it for me, dude. Is when I was starting to post stuff, I would put these long stories on why I bought the piece, and it just got to be too much, dude. You know what I mean? But it's very true, man. Like there's a personal connection to almost everything that I own, you know, which is good, dude. I think that's the way a collection should be. Um,
100%. You start losing sight of why you're collecting if you're just hype collecting.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. And it's hard, dude, when we get up into what the kind of stuff that we're talking about and some of the higher end stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Um, it's just like where do you want to put your money towards, dude? And you don't want to. You really kind of separate the stuff out. There's a lot of stuff, dude. When I came into the indie toy scene I'm sorry, God, 6 years ago now. Holy shit. Um, that's not a long time. It felt like 4, but it's actually been 6 when you look at the calendar. There was a lot of stuff that I just stopped buying altogether. You know what I mean? Because it didn't. I don't want to say it was a hype buy, but it was more of a little bit of fear of missing out. The toy hunt was a big part of it, stuff like that. But it's just they didn't have a whole lot of meaning behind it, or a whole lot of feel behind it. So it ends up in a box or sitting on a shelf that has really no story to it. I couldn't tell you where I got it or when I got it, but I got it. Was the thing, and that's the kind of stuff where you. It's cool about this scene too is you don't. There's not a lot of stuff where you're like, I don't know, I got it just because I got it. I think pretty much everybody bought something because of fill in the blank, you know?
Exactly. Just spot on, dude.
Yeah.
Well, heck yeah. Let's let these guys get on with their evening. They have to
Let's
get up
do it,
early and buy a
man.
bunch of toys.
Yeah, next week. I don't know what we got next week. I don't know if we have a guest next week. We got a lot of people out there that are kind of trying to nail down a date because they have a lot of the guest stuff is based around um, drops and stuff like that, and those are
Yeah.
how the target moves on those. So we'll see.
No, totally get that, dude. We'll
Word
peg it
up.
out. We'll have a fun show regardless.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Later, folks. Thank you.
Peace, guys.